Welcome to my review of the ROCKA FM radio, which is a DSP receiver. DSP means digital signal processing. I bought this to give it a try because, as I said in my unboxing video, here in South Africa we have very few shortwave receivers available on the market, and this is a new one that came in, and I was just a little bit curious to see what it can do. So I got it. Not expensive. It's 250 Rand at Macro. That's $14-15 more or less. So not too much money. And I thought I really wanted to see, because it's a multi-band receiver. As you can see there, it's got 9 shortwave bands, and it's got FM and medium wave. The original Kchibo KK9803 also had a TV band, which was there in the middle, but that's not here on this version. It wouldn't be of any use anyway if it were there. So I did the unboxing last week, and I've been testing it now this week. There's the box. Just as a reminder, it's branded as, or marketed on the box only as, an FM radio. The name just says FM radio. And I think there is a reason for that, because I think the company who produces this probably knows that on shortwave it's actually not very good. It works, it picks up some signals, but the DSP, the processing chip, just doesn't seem to work on this radio. There's so much noise and so many signals that seem to want to come through, but all you hear is weird noises. So the radio works with batteries. You can use D-cell batteries, and it also has a power cord which is supplied. It's a USB power cord, so you need to charge it using a cell phone charger or something. So let's have a look. I'm going to show you how it performs on FM, on medium wave, and on shortwave, and then I'll give you my opinion of this radio. I compare it, of course, to some of the other radios I have. I'm not comparing it to expensive top quality sets, because that would not be, well, not that I have expensive sets, but I've got some really good quality radios that work quite well, pocket radios. This is not really a pocket radio, it's quite big. But let's see, let's start on FM. There's this rather irritating power light here at the front that stays on all the time, and you can't switch it off. Especially if you like listening in the dark, then that light is quite bright and overwhelming. But in my opinion, the FM on this radio is quite good. I will scan through the band quite quickly. I'm not an FM listener, so I don't know all the signals. I just listen to about 2 FM signals when I'm in my car, or sometimes when I'm traveling. But otherwise I don't really use the FM band. I must say the one positive thing about this radio is the FM reception. It actually works quite well, and I think the speaker sound is also quite good. Your volume and on-off switch is here on the side, so you switch it off there, you switch it on here. As you can hear, it's quite loud. There's earphones. It's just mono, it's not stereo. And there's your power cord, and there's our tuning button. Also, with the tuning, I will show you, this dial here is not quite straight, and now it's tilting towards the other side. You can see quite clearly here when you come there towards the end, it's not straight at all coming down there. But anyway, so quick scan through FM.
I did 6 minutes. Yeah.
Now, one thing that I did pick up already in my unboxing is this display here at the top for FM. It's completely off. Because this station that's playing now, it's a station called Hot 1027. It's at 102.7 megahertz, and as you can see here, it shows that it's at 104.5, almost 105. So that's completely off. But the sound is quite clear, and the speaker sounds quite nice. It's very loud also, so this radio would work nicely if you were working outside or in the garage or something. You could use it there. There are a lot of stations on FM, and the stations are spaced quite tightly together, but this one seems to be quite selective. It jumps from station to station and zooms in quite nicely, so there's little interference from surrounding stations, neighboring stations. So for FM, I think it works. It works well. And we don't have anything on this side of the dial. That's 76 megahertz. I think it's only for China or Russia, I think. Right, so I think you get the idea. The FM is not bad. It picks up signals quite strongly, and it locks onto the signal, and the signal is quite clear. The speaker is maybe a little bit harsh in sound, but I think it's adequate and useful if you just want to have something in the background on some FM station that you are listening to. Let's just go back to 102.7 quickly, and I will just show you the sound again. Here you go. Okay, so the next one will be medium wave. I find here when you have to change between the bands that this little button can be quite tight. So sometimes you go too far. You try to move just one step and it goes too far. But if I press it a little bit with my thumb like that, it's okay. Okay, this is medium wave, so it picks up all the local signals fairly well. And yeah, one or two distant signals sometimes if you're lucky. I have some other really small radios that manage quite well on those distant signals, but this one doesn't seem to. So this is a local station. It's some way from me, and it's usually not very strong, so the fact that this one is not too clear, that's kind of normal. It's 1485 radio today. The transmitter is actually very close to me. But this one doesn't come through very clearly either, even on some of my other radios. I think the transmitter is not very strong at all. Or maybe I'm just too close to the transmitter. It's 1422, the local Greek station here in Johannesburg. Now, most of the signals I will pick up now are somewhat distant signals, because locally we don't have anything really on this band between about 650 and about 1400 where we were now.
South Africa, or send us a text message to the number +2772 641 4475. That's +27.
This is Trans World Radio, which is in Eswatini. It's about 250 miles away.
.org. That's info@twr.
I believe this is one of the Mozambican signals. At night I often pick up a lot of AM signals from Mozambique, usually around here. So that's from Mozambique.
To watch our TV shows, Africa 54, Free Talk Africa, and Red Carpet. I'm your host Douglas Impoga in Washington, wishing you a very good evening.
That's Voice of America that comes through from Botswana. It's also about 250 miles away on AM. That VOA signal is 909 kilohertz.
U.S. lawmakers and their families are in the spotlight.
Okay, this is one of the local religious stations. Comes through in the daytime as well, clearly. And another one there. Yeah, and that's it. So it picks up quite a few stations on medium wave, but only the strong ones that are nearby. I usually manage at night to pick up really interesting medium wave signals on most of my other radios. This one, I mean, it's not bad, it's not excellent. It picks up Botswana, it picks up Eswatini, it picks up Mozambique. There's one that comes through from Cape Town, 828. Let me see that one quickly. But you can see here also again the dial is completely off, because VOA, I'm on VOA now, is 909. It shows 800. So that 828 signal will be this way. You see, I think it might be there, but it's not processing the signal. And that's the same issue that I had with this radio on shortwave. I will show you just now. A lot of shortwave signals seem to be there, but the radio just doesn't seem to be able to process them and to give you the actual audio. You just hear noise. And that's what happens also on the medium wave band sometimes. So yes, as I said, medium wave seems to be okay. Local signals you will pick up quite clearly, and very strong neighboring signals from like neighboring countries, they will come through at night, but it's not a medium wave DXing machine in any way. You will not really be able to pick up distant medium wave signals. And I think the issue is with the DSP chip. The processing just doesn't seem to work, which I will demonstrate now when I get to the shortwave. So I want to start there on the 13 meter band. And while we are looking at the shortwave, I want to show you there's some clear mistakes here. There's 13, 15 meter band, 19 meter band. Then there's 23 meter band, which is odd. Then there's another 13 meter band, which should be probably the 25 meter band. Then there's 31, 41, and then there's 40, which is 49. So these meter band indications are also just completely wrong. But okay, I'm in the 13 meter band now, where I usually pick up during the day a lot of signals. Even on this one, Radio France is usually always there. Radio France International. And I think I'll get it again now. No, not now. So I'm going to just look at the 25 and the 31 meter bands, because at night usually there's a lot of signals. And I think you will see what I mean with the noise when I get there. So we need shortwave 5. There we go. So there is something, it sounds like it's French, so maybe that's Radio France International. It does pick up signals. In between all the noise that it picks up, it does pick up a couple of strong signals. But there seem to be so many more signals that it just doesn't seem to be able to get, even though it gets a bit of noise. And this noise I get all over the dial, on all bands, all the time. just more weird computer noise, digital. I don't know what that is, but it just comes through all the time, as I said, on all the bands.
الذي يحتاج إلى إخراج المريض للبيت ويحتاج الاستمرار على بعض الأجهزة يكون في تدريب وفي يسمى الرعاية المنزلية يتابع المرضى في البيوت ويقدم لهم الخدمات وكذلك تدريب الواقع.
And there's a signal again, Arabic.
كيف يتعامل مع الأجهزة هذه.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that on all the shortwave bands. They are all the same. A lot of noise, a lot of strange electronic type noises coming through, and in between a couple of strong signals that jump out. I've tested this over an entire week, a couple of nights, also during the daytime. It's always the same. No matter when you use it, there's always those strange noises coming through. So yeah, the shortwave reception on this radio is really not good. There's no other way of putting it. It's actually just terrible. It picks up a couple of strong signals in between all the noise. It's a very frustrating experience because the frequency indication, the band indications, yeah, everything is incorrect. It's nothing is placed correctly, and that's the same for the FM and the medium wave bands. These indications here and there, they are just not correct. The station that you pick up doesn't appear where it should be on the dial. But for FM and medium wave, it's okay. You can still sort of figure it out. You probably will be able to find your station. You will pick up strong local signals. On FM, you'll pick up pretty much everything in the area. It's good there. It is very good there. And as I showed you earlier, the radio is marketed on the box as an FM radio. So for that, it does the job. It does what it says there. On medium wave, you'll pick up, again, strong local signals. At night, you'll pick up a couple of nearby signals. On short wave, not very good at all. A couple of strong signals will jump out now and again, but otherwise, just noise. Strange digital noises. So my verdict, if you just need an FM radio and you sometimes listen to medium wave, to local medium wave stations, it's fine. For the price you can get this radio. It's cheap enough. And it's fine. On FM and medium wave it compares pretty well to other radios in the same price class. But don't get this for shortwave. It just doesn't work on shortwave. It's not worth it. There are some other radios in the market, like the Telefunken TR100 that I reviewed some weeks ago. That one is actually quite okay on shortwave. So if you are looking for something that's on the market in South Africa with shortwave, this one, no. The Telefunken one that I reviewed earlier, I'll add a link at the end of this video if you want to see that link. That one is okay. FM and medium wave, fine. Radio looks nice. You can put it somewhere on a shelf, turn on your FM station in the background, and have fun. And for that, it works. So thank you for watching, and I will try to, on a regular basis, tell you about radios available in the local market that have shortwave, so that hopefully at some point we will find something that actually works quite well.